A few days after the tragic plane crash, Ansley Van Epps walked through the silent house where her brother and his family once lived. The remnants of their daily life were everywhere: food in the refrigerator, dishes in the sink. She wandered through her nephew's rooms, her eyes lingering on their medals, sports jerseys, and school uniforms. In another room, she found items laid out for a beach vacation the family would never take.
It was heartbreaking, she said. Her brother, Ryan Van Epps, had traveled to upstate New York for a youth baseball tournament with his wife, Laura, and their two sons, Harrison, 10, and James Ryan, 12. They were returning on June 30th in a small plane piloted by the boys' grandfather, Roger Beggs. Shortly after takeoff, the plane crashed in the Catskill Mountains, likely due to bad weather. All 5 were killed, leaving behind 2 dogs, a grieving community, and countless cherished memories.
Regan Burr, a friend of the family, remembered Laura's beautiful flower arrangements, often featuring blue hydrangeas and magnolia leaves. Laura had brought flowers in a vase to Burr's house for a Memorial Day weekend cookout. After the crash, Burr found the vase, filled it with hydrangeas from her yard, and left it on the Van Epps' front porch.
A whole family was taken away in an instant, she said.
The Van Epps family was well known and beloved in Atlanta's northern suburbs. On Monday, Ryan's sister Ansley was at Perimeter Mall with her husband and daughters, shopping for clothes for the funeral scheduled for today at 2 p.m. at Roswell United Methodist Church, the same church where Ryan and Laura were married 15 years and 1 day earlier.
As she sat under a skylight at the mall, Ansley reminisced about her brother. Ryan, the oldest of 4 siblings, was known for building giant forts in the backyard with his father using discarded lumber from construction sites. One treehouse even had a crow's nest like a pirate ship. Ryan played baseball, football, and lacrosse. He graduated from Roswell High School a year ahead of Laura, who also played lacrosse. After college, where Ryan earned a degree in business administration and Laura in special education, they started dating, got married, and had 2 sons who attended Kings Ridge Christian School in Alpharetta. Harrison cared about doing well in school and had a great attitude about working hard to improve his skills, wrote Stephanie Gamage, head of the lower school. He was well liked by classmates and was a good friend. Harrison played quarterback and linebacker in the North Atlanta Football Club. He was incredibly smart, incredibly driven, said his coach, Rich Dennis. He was loved by every kid on the team.
James Ryan, his older brother, also played football. His team in the Milton High Feeder program won a state championship, said his coach, Brent Bayshard. James Ryan played tight end, receiver, and middle linebacker, leading the defense. The coach remembered a memorable goal line stand where James Ryan and his teammates stopped the running back at the 1-yard line to preserve the victory. He also recalled how Laura celebrated all the boys on the team.
She always had a hug for everybody, he said. James Ryan also played on an elite travel ball team, the 9th inning Blue Jays. They had been looking forward to the Cooperstown tournament, home to the Baseball Hall of Fame, since the previous August. Each family made their own travel arrangements. The head coach, Chase Timms, drove up to New York with an SUV packed with baseball equipment. The Van Epps family chose a different route. Laura's father, Roger Beggs, was a licensed pilot with a 6-seat, single-engine Piper Malibu Mirage. Ansley remembered flying with him when he took her to Savannah for her bachelorette party. She said he was a meticulous pilot who took every precaution, and the plane had recently undergone its annual maintenance.
James Ryan played his first game at Cooperstown Dreams Park on June 26. During heavy rain, he hit a grand slam, smiling as he rounded the bases. The Blue Jays won several games before being eliminated on Sunday morning, June 30. James Ryan, who had pitched well, put on a brave face despite the loss.
Coach Timms congratulated the team and gave James Ryan one last fist bump, telling him he was proud of him. "I told Laura, we'll see you guys soon. Safe travels," he said. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, the Piper took off from Oneonta Municipal Airport at 1:40 p.m., heading for Charleston, West Virginia, to refuel before continuing to Atlanta. The plane crashed about 30 miles from the airport in Masonville, New York, leaving a trail of debris almost a mile long. Ansley Van Epps, still processing the loss, said, "We will be asking why for the rest of our lives." In the aftermath, friends and family took care of immediate needs. The family dogs, a young black lab named Gunner and an old golden retriever named Walker, were in Laura's stepmother's care. Friends helped each other choose colorful outfits for the funeral, knowing Laura wouldn't have wanted anyone to wear black. James Ryan's football teammates added their signatures to his helmet. The list of pallbearers was unusually long.
On Tuesday, Ansley, her husband DJ, her parents, and her younger brother, Jason, flew to JFK Airport in New York. They watched as their loved ones' remains were loaded into a plane. Overcome with emotion, Ansley cried and laughed, thinking about Walker, who was now blind and deaf, and nearing his last days. James, Ryan and Harrison will be so happy to see Walker soon, she thought as the plane descended towards Atlanta, bringing the Van Epps family closer to their final destination.